Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, and for seniors, that couldn't be more true. But here's something most people don't realize. Some of the foods you've trusted for years might actually be silently draining your energy, weakening your muscles, and setting you up for fatigue before the day even begins. So let me ask you, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Was it something quick, maybe sweet or easy to prepare? And tell me honestly, do you ever feel sluggish or tired just an hour or two after eating? If you're nodding yes, you're not alone. I've had countless patients over the years, men and women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who come to me feeling exhausted before noon and they can't figure out why. And more often than not, it all starts with what's on their breakfast plate. In today's video, I want to gently walk you through what I've learned after decades as a physician working with older adults. We'll look at 4 common breakfast foods that you may think are harmless or even healthy, but can actually trigger blood sugar crashes, joint pain, and long-term muscle loss. Then, we'll explore 4 powerhouse foods that I believe every senior should add to their morning routine. These are foods that support strength, improve balance, boost focus, and help you feel energized well into the afternoon. You might be surprised. Sometimes, just swapping one food for another can reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and give you a whole new outlook on the day. I've seen it happen. Again and again. So, whether you're someone who eats breakfast out of habit, or you've never really thought twice about your morning routine, this video could be the turning point. Because small, thoughtful changes, especially in the morning, can shape not just how you feel for a few hours, but how you live for years to come. Part 1. 4 breakfast foods seniors should avoid. 1. Sugary breakfast cereals. Let's start with one of the most misleading breakfast choices out there, sugary breakfast cereals. They may look cheerful on the shelf, promising energy and vitamins, but for seniors, they're a silent saboteur. These cereals often deliver a heavy dose of refined sugar with almost no protein, fiber, or healthy fats to balance it out. The result? A sharp spike in blood sugar, followed quickly by a crash. And when that crash hits, you may feel tired, foggy, even irritable, and far more likely to grab another snack or skip movement altogether. Now, you might think, well, I've been eating these cereals for decades without a problem. That's exactly what Harry Montgomery thought too. Harry's a 76-year-old retired engineer from Grand Rapids, Michigan. For years, he started each morning with a bowl of sugary cereal, thinking it was a light, easy option. But as time went on, he noticed something troubling: morning fatigue, stiff joints, and less energy for his daily walks. Eventually, his doctor ran a few tests and pointed to the real culprit: unstable blood sugar, likely triggered by his breakfast routine. Studies from the National Institutes of Health confirm this connection. Frequent sugar spikes in older adults can contribute to sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. That's no small matter. Muscle loss isn't just about weakness. It's tied to falls, poor balance, even reduced independence. Thankfully, Harry made a simple but powerful change. He swapped out his cereal for a warm bowl of steel-cut oats, topped with walnuts and a handful of blueberries. In just a few weeks, his energy returned, his joints felt better, and he was back to enjoying his morning walks. The lesson here is clear. Sugary cereals might seem convenient, but they offer nothing your aging body needs, and a lot it doesn't. By choosing a breakfast rich in whole grains, protein, and antioxidants, like oatmeal with nuts and berries, you give your body lasting fuel, muscle support, and a much smoother start to your day. 2. Fruit juice, even 100% juice. Next on the list is something many people still consider a healthy choice: fruit juice, even the kind labeled 100% natural. It sounds wholesome, doesn't it? A glass of orange juice in the morning, maybe apple or grape, but here's the truth most folks don't realize. Fruit juice, especially when separated from the fiber in whole fruits, acts more like a sugar shot than a source of nutrition. Without the fiber to slow absorption, the natural sugars in juice flood your bloodstream almost instantly. That sudden spike might feel like a quick burst of energy, but it's followed by an inevitable crash. For seniors, whose insulin sensitivity naturally decreases with age, this sugar roller coaster can lead to deeper fatigue, foggy thinking, and even joint inflammation. And over time, it can quietly contribute to insulin resistance, a major driver of weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and muscle breakdown. I'll never forget Gloria Thomas, a 70-year-old retired nurse from Toledo, Ohio. She loved her glass of orange juice with breakfast every morning for years. But as time went on, she began to feel drained by mid-morning, and her muscles ached more than usual after simple activities like gardening or grocery shopping. After keeping a food journal and speaking with her doctor, Gloria discovered that her daily juice habit, despite seeming healthy, was throwing her blood sugar out of balance. With a few simple changes, she transformed her routine. She replaced her juice with water infused with lemon and added a vegetable-based smoothie with a scoop of protein powder. The result? Her energy stabilized, her soreness faded, and her appetite became more balanced throughout the day. This isn't about cutting out fruit, it's about choosing the right form. Whole fruits come with fiber, antioxidants, and water, all of which slow digestion and keep your energy steady. So instead of juice, try fresh berries in a smoothie or a small apple with nut butter. And for hydration, plain water with a squeeze of lemon or cucumber can be just as refreshing, without the sugar spike. For seniors, the goal is stable, gentle energy, not highs and crashes. Your body and your muscles will thank you for it. 3. Low-fat yogurt. Let's talk about a breakfast item that often wears a health halo but may be doing more harm than good: low-fat yogurt. At first glance, it seems like a smart choice, light, convenient, and advertised as heart-healthy. But here's what most people don't see. When food manufacturers remove fat, they usually add sugar to make up for the loss of flavor. That's exactly what happens with most low-fat yogurts on the shelf today. They're stripped of the very fats that support hormone function and muscle repair, and instead filled with added sugars that spike insulin, drain energy, and actually hinder muscle recovery. For seniors, who already face age-related muscle loss, this is a dangerous trade-off. Your body needs healthy fats to absorb key nutrients, like vitamin D, and to support the repair of muscle tissue after even simple movements like walking or climbing stairs. Without those fats and without enough protein, your breakfast leaves you hungry, inflamed, and nutritionally shortchanged. Let me tell you about Phyllis Washington, a 75-year-old retired teacher from Charlotte, North Carolina. Phyllis had always prided herself on eating light, and her morning low-fat yogurt was part of that routine. But despite her efforts, she noticed a steady decline in energy and strength, along with a creeping weight gain that puzzled her. After a consultation with her nutritionist, she made one simple switch, trading her low-fat yogurt for a full-fat Greek variety topped with seeds and berries. Within weeks, her energy picked up, her digestion improved, and she began to feel stronger, especially on her daily walks. The combination of protein, healthy fats, and probiotics in Greek yogurt made all the difference. And the added chia or flax seeds gave her an extra boost of fiber and omega-3s. So here's the bottom line. Low-fat yogurt may seem healthy, but it often sacrifices what your body needs most. Seniors should focus on foods that truly nourish, like full-fat Greek yogurt, which supports muscle, gut health, and long-term vitality. It's a small swap that can lead to big changes in how you feel each day. 4. Store-bought muffins. Now let's take a closer look at a breakfast that feels cozy, familiar, even comforting, but can quietly undermine your health: store-bought muffins. Whether it's blueberry, banana nut, or bran, many seniors see muffins as a light and easy start to the day. But here's the reality. Most commercial muffins are packed with refined flour, added sugars, and unhealthy fats. They digest quickly, raise your blood sugar fast, and leave your body in a state of inflammation. Without enough protein or fiber to slow digestion, you're left with a burst of short-term energy, followed by mid-morning hunger, muscle fatigue, or even that sleepy crash that hits before lunch. And over time, these blood sugar spikes and dips can contribute to insulin resistance, weight gain, and, you guessed it, muscle weakness. I remember one patient in particular, Vera Simmons, a 72-year-old grandmother from Des Moines. Vera had a daily ritual she loved: coffee and a warm muffin. But lately, she'd been feeling more sluggish, especially after her morning walks. Her knees ached, and she often needed to lie down before noon. After a checkup and a detailed conversation about her diet, we realized that her store-bought muffins, though delicious, were loaded with sugar and refined carbs, offering little nutrition and triggering blood sugar crashes. Vera made a conscious switch. She began her mornings with whole grain toast, topped with half an avocado and 2 hard-boiled eggs. Within just a couple of weeks, the difference was night and day. Her energy returned, her joint stiffness eased, and she felt fuller longer, without needing a snack before lunch. The moral of the story? Muffins may look innocent, but their effects on the aging body are anything but. Instead, choose a breakfast built around whole grains, fiber, and protein, like avocado toast, nut butter on whole wheat, or eggs with leafy greens. These foods digest slowly, stabilize blood sugar, and nourish your muscles from the inside out. When you start your day with real fuel, everything from your mood to your mobility gets a little stronger. Part 2: 4 breakfast foods seniors must eat. Whole grains. Let's begin our list of must-eat breakfast foods with a true powerhouse for seniors: whole grains. Foods like oats, quinoa, whole wheat, and brown rice might not seem exciting at first, but they are some of the most effective tools for building steady energy, strong muscles, and a healthy digestive system. Unlike refined grains, which are stripped of their nutrients, whole grains are rich in fiber, B vitamins, and essential minerals like magnesium and iron. These nutrients work together to keep your blood sugar stable, your digestion smooth, and your muscles well-nourished throughout the day. The fiber slows down the release of sugars into your bloodstream, helping to avoid those mid-morning crashes and cravings. And the B vitamins support everything from nerve function to energy metabolism, 2 areas that become more sensitive as we age. I'd like to share the story of Claire Martin, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Salt Lake City. Claire had always enjoyed a slice of white toast with her eggs each morning. But as she got older, she started to notice a dip in her energy around 10 a.m. and a sluggish feeling that made it harder to stay active in the afternoons. After speaking with her doctor, she decided to try something new. She switched to steel-cut oats topped with almond butter and fresh berries. The change was subtle at first, but within a week, Claire was waking up with more energy, her digestion improved, and she no longer needed that mid-morning cup of coffee to push through. The longer-lasting energy from the fiber-rich oats helped her feel full and focused well into the afternoon. For seniors, this kind of breakfast isn't just about feeling good, it's about giving your body the tools it needs to maintain independence, strength, and clarity. So if your mornings have been running on empty, give whole grains a try. Your muscles and your mind will thank you. 2. Avocados. Next up is a creamy, satisfying superfood that often gets overlooked at the breakfast table: avocados. These rich green fruits are packed with monounsaturated fats, fiber, potassium, and essential vitamins like C and E, making them one of the most muscle-friendly and heart-supportive choices you can make, especially after 60. Unlike the quick sugars in many processed breakfasts, the healthy fats in avocados provide steady, long-lasting energy. They help reduce inflammation, support nutrient absorption, and keep you full for hours. preventing the kind of mindless snacking that can lead to weight gain and energy crashes. The fiber in avocados also plays a key role in digestion and blood sugar control, helping your body process food more slowly and efficiently. I often think of Marty Stevens, a 74-year-old retired gardener from Santa Rosa, California. Marty loved working in her flower beds each morning, but lately, she'd been feeling stiff and drained by the time she finished. She had been starting her days with toast and jam, a sweet treat, but not exactly nutrient-dense. After a bit of guidance, she began spreading half an avocado on whole grain toast, sometimes topping it with a soft-boiled egg or blending it into a breakfast smoothie. Within weeks, Marty noticed a huge shift, less stiffness, more sustained energy, and better focus throughout her day. She even mentioned that her joints felt more forgiving on her longer gardening sessions. The science backs her up. Studies show that monounsaturated fats can help reduce inflammation markers, support heart function, and aid in muscle recovery, all of which are critical for older adults who want to stay active. So whether you enjoy it mashed on toast, mixed into scrambled eggs, or blended into a smoothie with greens and berries, avocados are a delicious way to power your morning with strength and stability. It's not just a trendy food, it's functional fuel for seniors who want to feel their best. Foods. Another breakfast essential that deserves a permanent spot on every senior's plate is the humble egg. Don't let its simplicity fool you. Eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense foods available, especially for older adults. They're packed with high-quality protein and vitamin D, two nutrients that are absolutely critical for maintaining muscle mass, preserving bone strength, and supporting energy throughout the day. Unlike many breakfast options that leave you hungry again in an hour, eggs provide lasting fullness and help stabilize blood sugar without the crash. And for seniors, they're especially valuable because they're easy to digest, versatile in the kitchen, and incredibly efficient at fueling the body's repair processes. I'd like to share the story of Walt Patterson, a 79-year-old retired architect from Portland, Oregon. Walt had always been active, walking, gardening, even doing light woodworking in his garage, but he began to notice his arms and legs losing strength. It wasn't dramatic at first, just a little more effort needed to lift things or climb stairs. After reviewing his diet, it was clear. He was getting plenty of calories but not enough protein to support his muscles. He started adding 2 eggs to his breakfast each morning, rotating between boiled, poached, and scrambled depending on his mood. Sometimes he paired them with spinach or avocado, and occasionally with whole grain toast. Within a month, Walt could feel the difference. More energy, better balance, and a noticeable return of strength in his hands and legs. And he didn't just feel stronger, he felt more motivated to stay active, which created a powerful cycle of wellness. Research supports what Walt experienced. According to studies published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, seniors who consume adequate protein at breakfast show improved muscle synthesis and better overall mobility compared to those who don't. So if you're looking for a simple, affordable, and delicious way to support your muscles and bones, start with eggs. They're a classic for a reason, and your body will thank you with every bite. For berries. Finally, let's talk about one of nature's most powerful breakfast gifts, berries. These vibrant little fruits are more than just sweet and colorful. They're packed with antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins that play a major role in reducing inflammation, improving digestion, and supporting muscle recovery, especially for seniors. Antioxidants like anthocyanins, found in blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, help fight oxidative stress in the body, a key factor in muscle fatigue, joint stiffness, and slower healing after activity. And the fiber in berries does more than regulate digestion. It also slows the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, which helps keep your energy steady throughout the day. Let me tell you about Maggie Sullivan, a 76-year-old retired piano teacher from Denver. Maggie had always tried to stay healthy, but in recent years, She noticed that her muscles ached more after her daily stretches and her recovery seemed slower. After reading about the anti-inflammatory properties of berries, she decided to try a simple change, adding a cup of fresh blueberries to her morning oatmeal. Within 2 weeks, she was amazed by the difference. Her soreness eased, she felt more limber, and her energy levels remained steady from morning through evening. She even joked that her fingers felt younger at the piano keys. Science backs up her experience. Studies from institutions like the Tufts Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging have shown that berries can protect muscle tissue, reduce age-related inflammation, and even improve cognitive function in older adults. And the best part? They're incredibly versatile. You can toss them into your oats, blend them into a smoothie, or eat them raw as a quick, satisfying snack. Berries may be small, but they deliver big benefits for joint health, digestion, and energy recovery. So if you're looking for a way to brighten your breakfast while nourishing your body, don't overlook this simple, powerful addition. Your muscles, your mind, and your taste buds will thank you. So here's what it all comes down to. The wrong breakfast can quietly drain your strength, wear down your muscles, and leave you feeling sluggish before the day even begins. But the right breakfast? It can restore your energy, support your balance, and help you feel like yourself again. Sharp, steady, and ready to move. We've looked at 4 common breakfast traps that many seniors fall into: sugary cereals, fruit juices, low-fat yogurt, and store-bought muffins. Each one might seem harmless on the surface, but over time, they contribute to inflammation, energy crashes, and even long-term muscle loss. Now, imagine starting your morning differently with whole grains that stabilize blood sugar, eggs that rebuild muscle, avocados that fight inflammation, and berries that protect your joints. These simple changes can transform your mornings and your quality of life. And the beauty is, it doesn't take a complete overhaul. Just one swap, one better choice, one morning at a time. You deserve to feel strong, mobile, and clear-minded every day, not just once in a while. So let me ask you, do you have a loved one who still skips breakfast or starts the day with something sugary and processed? Share this video with them. You never know whose day or health you might improve. And before you go, leave a comment below. What's your favorite healthy breakfast swap? I'd love to hear what's working for you. And if today's video gave you something useful to think about, don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back next time. From one senior to another, your best years can still begin at breakfast.